Alright, men, lesbians, dykes, nerds, weebs, everything in between. Lock in real quick, because the time has come to talk about the muscle mommy waifu. But not just any muscle mommy waifu, oh no. This muscle waifu is so well known, but it's also so rare that often in any fantasy genre it's depicted in, it's often forgotten about. Now you may be asking yourself right now, what kind of waifu could this be? And my cultured brother is no other than the Orc Waifu.
Oh my god!
But hold up. Do not get distracted, my cultured brothers.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Because this, in our reality, will be an example of a 10 out of 10. Pure perfection. If she says it's time for the snoo, you're just like, the time has come! And no one will blame you. But this is the best possible version of an orc you can get. You could even consider this a half orc, because female orcs in most depictions are a little chubbier, still very muscular with pig-like noses, and just to point out the worst example of them, they look like this. Now this is a problem, but the worst part is this is also more realistic. From Dungeons and Dragons to World of Warcraft, most female orcs look like this. However, it is not common for them to act like this. These female orcs specifically are from the anime Konosuba. And basically what Megumin was saying before I interrupted, the orcs in their world are very fertile and can breed with almost any race. However, all the male orcs are extinct. Tragic, I know, right? And the remaining females have a high sex drive. So high, in fact, that they begin to kidnap males of other humanoid races to their village in order to force them to follow their offspring until they expire. Or in other words, death by snoo, the real deal. And they will become like this after seeing any humanoid male. So yeah, that kind of explains Kazuma's current situation. Run, Kazuma, run! The cons are pretty obvious with this one. But if he can make it past another... Oh, well, that's the end of this anime. As you can see, even though some of the cons sound good on paper, when put in action or on screen, they kind of speak for themselves. Now for this universe and this universe only, this is the major con. Every orc woman in fiction, just like real women, are not 10s. And Kazuma here is about to learn that the hard way. My brother was running with the high knees and still got caught. Do you understand what I'm telling you, men? This is not wise. Alright, now female orcs in anime are so rare, I honestly had trouble finding some. There's no real solid myths about orcs. And even in fantasy worlds like Lord of the Rings, there's barely any female orcs ever seen. So, I did some digging. I knew there had to be at least one really attractive female orc in fiction. And lucky for me, I found one in anime plus-size elf named Oku. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, the plot of this anime is not important. But them big booty cheeks are, cause goddamn they thick. I've seen most of the characters, and if they really think that this is considered fat, the Japanese need to come over to America. Because trust me, I've been to Golden Corral before. I've seen fat. I worked as a lifting technician in the hospital before and seen obese people. Body is literally like a flat pancake, almost over 1,000 pounds. Takes me and 3 other big guys just to pick them up. So when I say this is not fat, this is cute, I mean it. But apparently the main character needs to lose weight to travel back to her world. And apparently, like the main elf character, the orc, Oku, is also trying to lose weight because she's being bullied for being chubby. Now this is what Oku looks like in the anime. She's fat, but still cute. Now to be honest, the only con I can really give her is the fact that she doesn't really look much like an orc. I mean, they literally just make a chunky girl with pig ears and a pig tail and call it a day. She might as well just be cosplaying as an orc. Other than that though, there's no cons. And even with that con, she's still smashable. There are plenty of people in the world that love big women. The big girls aren't for everybody though, but that's okay. And like I may have said before in this video, most orcs are seen as fat, ugly, pig-like, muscular monsters that smell. And I mean, she's only really one of those, so smash, no regrets. Moving on. Now there are female orcs in Dungeons and Dragons. However, they're a little bit different from the first two I just mentioned. In this universe, the female orcs are usually 6 inches shorter than the male orcs. And the male orc should be around 5.5 to 6 feet tall. And you can assume they both look like this, or at least close to it. Now the orcs in this universe are known for their strength and resilience. Now they're definitely not Superman level strong, or even Luke Cage, but still pretty strong in comparison to the average man. And the resilience just means they can survive things that others couldn't, like falling from high places or getting hit by a truck. So physically speaking, you could smash, technically. But we also have to look at their lifestyle. And the female orcs in this universe train as equals with their male counterpart until they reach maturity. And when they reach maturity, they have to fight one male orc in hand-to-hand combat. And this male orc apparently has to be the same age as them. And they have to fight until one or the other is unconscious. So already just from that, we can assume that female orcs in this universe alone are really violent, or at least more warrior-like. Now, if the female loses against the male orc, she's taken to a breeding annex, where all the female orcs are forced to breed until they're no longer fertile. Kind of harsh. However, if they win, she has earned the right to fight as a warrior and can take as many husbands as she pleases. Or in other words,
It's time, Snoo! Snow! Can't we just cuddle? No!
Nope.
Yeah, there's a very good chance. If she wants you in this universe, she's taking you. And she's not going to ask for consent. Now, whether orcs like to breed with other species in this universe, I do not know. However, from the normal physical attributes, it is possible. So I guess if you don't mind muscular, smelly orc women who are likely to be very aggressive, and if they're a good warrior, have other male partners, I guess you sir are good. But I must say, I'm not an expert in the D&D universe, and I only like to tell you guys what I read in decent articles that I've seen online. So, we have any D&D guys in the comments, aka Dungeons and Dragon nerds, feel free to tell me your opinion. I don't mind being called out for being wrong, because at the end of the day, we're all just here to thirst after these muscle mommies. Moving on! World of Warcraft female orcs are very similar to the ones in Dungeons and Dragons. However, their customs may not be the same. The orcs in World of Warcraft were once influenced by demons, and over their history they eventually broke free of that corruption and became more honorable light warriors. Now in the film Warcraft, a film released June 10, 2016 in the USA, they showed a tradition in that film called the Mock Gora. And just like in Dungeons and Dragons, this was a fight between two orcs. However, the Mock Gora is a little bit different. It can be fought hand in hand or with weapons, and can possibly even use magic, but it may be looked down upon or seen as unfair. Now this duel of honor can be used to challenge a leader for their position, or it can be used to call another's honor into question. Now at least lore-wise, in this universe, the female orcs do not get involved in this. And there's nothing that says they can't, but in lore there's never been anything said that a female has ever taken part in one. But obviously despite this, there are female orc warriors in this universe, as seen here. Beat his ass, mama, beat his ass. I don't know what he did to make you mad, but he deserved it. I mean, but seriously for a second, god damn. The males in the Warcraft universe are strong as fuck, and a lot bigger than the average man. I believe the male orc height is 7 feet tall, and the females are usually 6 feet to 6.5 feet tall. She just beat that man's head in, and is smiling about it. And you know what? You know what? My type of woman.
I love the kind of woman that will actually just kill me.
Now, if you wonder what a female orc looks like in this universe without a helmet on, this is what that looks like. All in all, not that bad. And I have to add, in this universe, orcs are known to breed with other races. However, it is rare and it's looked down upon. And that may be because the orcs in World of Warcraft value strength above all else. And I think it goes without saying, if you want to gain an orc waifu's respect, you have to be either pretty strong or a good fighter. Otherwise, you're gonna get the snoo to the stronger guy. And you know what that means, fellas. Time to hop in that gym. Now again, I think I need to bring up the initial violence of a female orc during mating season. And this information may not be for all orcs in all different worlds, so take it with a grain of salt. But I did find a forum online talk about orc sexuality and sociology. And in that forum, it stated once the female orcs are mature enough, and the male orcs are mature enough, the urge to mate can become very strong. And the copulation is typically frenzied and a violent process with numerous males and a single female, and this is usually done in a large breeding pit. So with that being said, I'm not sure if a normal man can survive the violence of a horny female orc. In most universes, she's already stronger than you, in most she's bigger than you, and more resilient. And it would also seem in some universes that the act is only done in a way to multiply and to create strong warriors. So I guess that goes without saying, no cuddling. And I know what you want to say, damn. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to screw with an orc, you may have to die for it, because being violent and aggressive is a part of their nature. So with all that being said, is it wise to smash? And I have to say, unless you're strong enough to take it, the answer for you is no. Now tell me in the comments if there's anything you'd like to add, and you guys have a great day. Bye!